1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's time for celebrity theme song. Writing songs about celebrities. It's time for celebrity theme song. Come along. Writing songs about celebrities. Celebrities.
Hey!
Welcome to another episode of Celebrity Theme Song, the podcast where we learn about a celebrity in an attempt to write a theme song for that celebrity.
That's right, and today we have a spectacular guest. You know him from television, you know him from stand-up, you know him from stage, you know him from screen. Jeremiah Watkins. Woo!
Wow, what an intro.
Oh.
Thanks for having me on the show, fellas.
Oh, yes. Good to have you.
Wow. Good old-fashioned morning radio we got here right now.
Boing!
Coming at you at 10:05 in the morning right now.
Traffic is looking like a real monster out there.
Oh my God!
Hot in Burbank.
Scorcher!
Get out of my shower!
Next up, we got 2 tickets. You could win 2 tickets to see Lit.
Oh, yeah.
Has anybody here ever won tickets off a radio?
Me.
Yes.
Yes.
2 of us.
Boom, boom.
Wow.
What was your
Lucky
concert?
boys.
Do you know the band Them Crooked Vultures, which was Dave Grohl's side project?
Okay.
We won tickets to see them, and I won tickets to see the Foo Fighters.
Wow.
Wow.
How about you?
You're on a grow.
Mine was it was Tech Nine and the Cottonmouth Kings.
wow, that's
Let's
fun.
freaking go!
Which radio
I haven't
station?
thought about the Cottonmouth King
Yeah,
in a long time.
it was a wild concert. It was a lot of fun.
How many whippets were there?
I don't know
Seems
about
like a
that,
Whippets
but
band.
it was one of those things. It was in Kansas City, and he's from Kansas City, so like it was a good concert to see.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah, I bet that was fun.
He sang. It was like it was shocking to me because I hadn't been to many concerts, and he has a song I'm a player. That's like the off the
Amadeus.
Amadeus thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a player. He's like, let me get 30 women on stage right now.
Wow.
And then he had 30 women come up, and then like girls just started taking their shirts off and like dancing. And I'm just like a teenager. I'm like, what is happening right now?
Wow.
This is insane.
Did he count 30? Like, was he like, no more?
Yeah,
I
they had
think
a
his
security guy with
security.
a
I think his
clicker on the
security.
corner.
Yeah. Counting them.
That's 30 topless women.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
enough.
that's 60 boobs right there. All right, we're
Okay,
good.
we're good. That's enough.
Yeah.
Sorry, ladies.
Yeah.
I have a friend who has a radio show. I won't say where or who, and all of the call-ins are fake. So I actually
Spoiler, I used to work in morning radio. Most of the callers on every station are fake.
see. So when I think about tickets, I'm like, oh well, that must be fake too. But I guess they do some real stuff.
They do the giveaways
Contests have to
are
be real.
Yes, because that's like a tax thing,
Yeah.
and they can't go down that slippery
a
slope. But
contest
any
law.
of the War of the Roses type things, or like my husband might be cheating on me, those are all fake.
And what about the like, hey, I'm calling. I'm just wanted to give a shout out to my boyfriend. Like that's all fake too, right?
I think some of those could
Some
be
of those,
real because there's
I
no
think actually,
drama.
Yeah, yeah. I think that anything where there's like a plot involved.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like they kind of
Right.
need to know what the out is. So yeah.
But if it's
Yeah,
just
but I
like,
think requests where they're like canned requests that
Right.
are literally from calling people who can leave messages and they
Sure.
can play those messages.
Right.
on
They
the
just
air.
go through and
yeah,
play.
because they
it.
can
content.
listen to them back and stuff like
Right,
that
yeah.
and make sure that it's not something insane.
Everything you're hearing on this podcast is real.
Real.
It's happening right
It's
now.
real.
It's so real.
It's
Live
real.
to you whenever you're listening to this.
Mm-hmm.
So tell
Jeremiah.
tell us a little bit about yourself.
I have not been
Tell me,
asked that since I've like been on a job interview forever.
yeah, well,
what
I've
do you
never.
see yourself?
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
That might be
What are your
the
strengths?
only time I've ever been asked that on a podcast in that form. So Jeremiah, you want to go ahead and tell us a little bit about
Tell me
yourself?
what
do you
are
see
some of your
yourself in 5
accomplishments?
years?
Yeah.
And
Are
if-
you happy with what's going on right now in your life? Things
What
are
are the
good,
things
guys.
you think that Lewberger could improve upon that you could add to?
Research.
That's for sure. I got a Wikipedia article open right here.
Yeah, he's looking it up. Yep. Oh, your boy's glossing right now this morning.
Oh, that's okay.
The white shirt also, I think, adds to your radiance on camera.
But the
good
NSYNC
sound
is
to
the
the
way
whiteness.
it's really
your
working.
shirt's very funny.
Yeah, it says in sync, but is a I want to say what is that?
It's corn, baby.
It's corn.
I was
Okay.
like, I don't.
Oh, it's
I realize
corn.
I don't know. What,
I was gonna say
what the
Insane
singers of
Clown
Korn look
Posse.
like.
Yeah. Yep.
That's
Shout out to Meth Syndicate. They
amazing.
make the best funny T-shirts.
Those are funny.
Yep.
Wow.
It's like,
Yeah.
that's not insane.
Yeah, I know. But
Well,
it
the guy
looks
on the
enough.
right kind of looks like it could be Lance.
There you go. That's the whole thing.
The lead singer of Korn looks. I think that's him on the left, right? The lead singer there with the dreads.
Yeah, the Chris Kirkpatrick.
That's
kind
Chris
of look.
Kirkpatrick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So there, it's close enough where the amount of people that are like, I love that shirt, that I'm like, oh, this is not like, you think this is actually in sync.
Yeah,
you
I
know
did.
what I mean?
Right.
I sure did.
Yeah, yeah.
At first, I was like, that's not it.
I just looked
Right.
at it. I didn't like stare
didn't
deeply. I
question
was like,
it.
yeah, cool. NSYNC
Right,
shirt.
right,
That's
right.
funny.
Question it.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw the guy with the red hair and glasses, I was like, that's someone else.
Right.
Yeah, I also was like, that's not them. I don't know who it is. It's not them.
Yeah.
So you do comedy around the city, but you also brought in a special toy to today's podcast.
That's what I always call it for
That's a
years
little
of
toy.
practicing. I call it my toy that
a
I
little
play
toy.
with. And yeah, do you want me to grab it?
Please.
I think so. Yeah.
Cool.
You know,
I wanna-
I've spent years of practicing, but I do play a toy.
Yeah. Sometimes you play toys. I play toys. I have toys that are instruments that I play. They're toys.
My main touring instrument is a toy.
Yeah. I'm currently learning, a synthesizer, a sequencer. It's a toy. It's just a professional toy.
Wow, that is a pretty saxophone.
Yeah. What
Thank you
kind
very
of
much.
sax is that?
It's a cannonball sax.
Cannonball sax?
Yeah.
Is that
Like
the
Cannonball
brand or the
Adderley?
style?
Wow.
No, this is called the model is called the Raven.
Whoa, hot.
Yeah.
It's a sexy sax.
Yeah, it's a great sax player named Gerald Albright. It is his model of saxophone through Cannonball.
Wow, it's really
Wow.
Thank you. Yeah.
How long you been playing? Since high school?
Like third, fourth grade, like around
Third grade.
Wow.
Yeah.
There wasn't even an option. Recorder was the only thing you could play until.
I had a Yamaha that we would rent from a music shop.
Hell yeah.
That I still have. I love that saxophone because I played it up until literally probably just a few years ago before I got this. But
Yeah.
we rented it until I worked summer jobs and stuff to pay it off, and then
Sick.
played it for many years,
Forever.
and then was blessed with this one a few years ago. So yeah.
So cool. I had a French horn that I owned all through high school and college, and only last year did I buy myself a new French horn, the horn that like I always wished I could have had in high
Right.
school. It was
Did it
like-
feel good to treat yourself?
It did.
Oh, it did.
And it's a better horn.
Of course, it just
I'm
is.
like, oh, it's
yeah.
better. It's still hard
This
to play,
is-
and
yeah.
but it's a good horn.
This one sounds a lot better than
Yeah.
my student Yamaha that I was.
I bet it
Yeah,
does.
you know what I mean. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
What's your sax history? Did you're a comedian and a sax player? Mm-hmm. What's the situation there? Which one came first? How did they join each other?
Have you combined them?
Yeah, I have a very interesting relationship with between sax and comedy. Sax was first, and it was one of those things where when I moved to LA to pursue comedy and entertainment and stuff when I was 20, I moved out in July of 2009, and when I went back home to visit in December, like for Christmas break, my mom's like, you should really take your sax back out there with you, because I couldn't fit it in the car, like on the drive out.
nice.
Right.
And I was like, I don't know, I don't know if I'll, really have the time or really be needing to. She goes, I think you're gonna use it in your comedy. My mom was like, she goes, I think that you'll need it.
Wow.
She goes,
Yeah.
I really think you'll need it.
I also wandered out of my goddamn house.
yeah, exactly. But she was right. I ended up, I've used it in a lot of different capacities over the years, where it's bits or for sketches on other people's shows, or I was a part of a show for years called Kill Tony, where I was like the band leader on that show, and we would commit to different characters every week at the Comedy Store, and it's a super fun podcast that they still do out of Austin, Texas. And I was part of a show called The Goddamn Comedy Jam with Josh Adam Myers for years, where I played sax and played like a roadie character. So, and then I've done like
Weren't
a
you
show
just
called
on Carpool Karaoke?
I just did Carpool Karaoke with this sax, baby.
Yeah.
Zoe
Wow.
Deschanel, Jonathan Scott. Yeah,
Wow.
I did a little Careless Whisper cameo, and
fun.
got to have a little banter, a little scene with them in the back of the car.
Wow.
So yeah, it's like it keeps coming in and out of my comedy, like throughout. And then I had a music duo for years called Reagan and Watkins, where we put out an album and the whole thing, and we were touring with that act for a while. And yeah, I've done like a lot of stuff in and out and adjacently, like with the sax.
Wow.
When you were in high school, did you do any of those extracurricular, like all-state type things or honor bands, or were you just...
No, I was never like I I consider myself even still like I'm a very like intermediate sax player. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
No, I get it. Yeah.
I know where I'm at. I had on my podcast Jeremiah Wonders. I had Leo P. He's my favorite saxophone player. He is legit, in my opinion. I think he's the best sax player that like of our generation. Very like a new age. Like he's able to do like techno and dubstep like with his sax. The way he like with his.
Is he in Too Many Zoos?
Yes.
Okay.
He's phenomenal.
That guy's insane.
Like
that guy's a monster.
When he was kind enough to jam with me on my podcast,
Oh my
and like
God.
when I was jamming with him, I was just like, I'm so out of my element right now. He's just so, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
When you
he's just
play
different.
when you jam with somebody
Yeah,
where you're like,
he's so good.
This is another level
Yeah.
of beast that I'm dealing with, and I'm
Right.
just like, you know, just
Yeah.
like trying to get a few licks in here and there.
Yeah, that's
So-
cool though. I mean, I just saw Bleachers, which is
Jack Antonoff.
Jack Antonoff's band, but they have two saxes on stage, and basically the one guy was switching between an alto, a tenor, and a bari, and just
That's
seeing a
cool,
fucking
man.
bari ripping it on stage with a full band, and then the two saxophone players basically were just jamming in the middle of the stage the whole show.
Yeah.
So anytime you can really put talented horns into an ensemble, I think it elevates that ensemble to just so
it's
much more
great.
fun.
Yeah.
The music is fun. It's so expressive. Saxophone also is the instrument that sounds the most like the human voice. And at some point, Jack and the saxophone player were singing a duet together, and it sounded awesome.
Oh, yeah.
It sounded so cool.
So the alto most resembles the female voice,
Yeah.
and the tenor most resembles the male voice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
the instrument that's most sonically like our voice, which is so cool.
Yeah.
Jeremiah, what celebrity did you bring in for us today?
What celebrity did I bring in for you today? Let's go with Justin Timberlake.
Yes. And why Justin Timberlake?
You know, I like Justin Timberlake. I like all evolutions. If he was a Pokemon, I would like all versions of him.
Wow. Even the
You know what I
shiny.
mean?
Please explain.
I like him in his In Sync phase.
Yeah.
I like him in his Justified phase, and I like him in the artist that he is now phase.
Yeah.
I like him in, you know what I mean? I feel
Yeah.
like that's the three
And he's
kind
funny.
of like, dude, he's one of those.
His SNL appearances are legendary. Mm-hmm. Like,
They're
right?
great. They're genuinely good. Where you're like, you know, when sometimes like, you know, the cast members are having to either
Carry.
lower down or carry.
Yeah.
It's pretty freaking even in a lot of those sketches that he does. It's
Yeah.
really impressive.
He's strong.
Yeah.
You know, it's been a bit of a tough time for JT as
Yep.
all of these things are coming out about
Yeah.
all the ways he didn't really support some of the women in his life. So
Yeah.
with Janet with the nip slip,
Uh-huh.
Britney Spears.
With the nip slip.
Well, no, with the conservatorship.
With the conservatorship.
And sort of like the piling on after they broke up that she was, in fact, maybe mentally unstable,
Right.
that didn't help her situation, really.
Right. But still a great artist.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
You
tough.
know.
I mean, he's made great art. You can't deny that he has done some incredible things musically.
It's a fun moment that we can put in the song of like, everyone loves Justin Timberlake except for right now.
I also, you know, and I mean, really, even worse than what Hughie's saying, I could use a little more dancing from Justin Timberlake, quite frankly. I feel like he's not dancing as much.
I just have seen a viral video going out of him dancing and everyone just trashing it.
His footwork is horrific.
The footwork. I mean, to
See,
me, it looks good.
that's the
but
problem. That's the problem. He didn't dance as much over the years.
Right.
And what happens when
He's
you don't
old.
use a skill?
Yeah.
He is. Yeah, he's old.
I don't know about your knees. My knees aren't the same anymore.
No.
My knees are not what they used to be.
Just doing the dancing for Wizard of Friendship is tough for me.
Yeah. And we were dancing last night, and I went home and was like, and I have a knee that can act up if it's over exerted, and it's
Oh, really?
definitely these rehearsals are going to
Yeah.
bring it into
My whole body is
We're doing a musical right now of our.
Yes,
that we're
and
putting
it
on
has.
Dynasty.
We actually have a choreographer who's making us do real dances, and they're hard.
We don't get just to do our stupid
bullshit.
comedy.
I mean, we get to do
dances.
some
We get to do
stupid
some. We
bullshit.
get to
Like
do
you have
some.
full on choreographer that's like the 5, 6, 7, 8. That like
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
Like-
she's a real choreographer.
Yeah, she does
Wow.
that thing the choreographers do where she's like, and then you're gonna go ga 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 ga, like she makes up those noises.
It's
Yeah.
really fun.
And you're like, now which third on the third guy or the fifth guy?
And then she'll because she's an actual dancer, she'll be like, "Are you going to do this?" And she does something with her body that none of us are going to do.
It's like a body roll.
And
or
we do
something like
our
that.
best
Yeah.
impression of that.
Yeah.
But and what she's doing is like, wow, this dance looks so so sharp when you're doing it. I can't do that, but I can get 60% of the way
but I
there.
can I can make sure my hands are to the right and to the left when they're supposed to be.
I'm
and
like
everything
trying to
else,
make sure my hand is like flat. Like get my hand flat. I'm thinking so simply. So Justin Timberlake, we all know him as he popped on the scene with NSYNC.
Yeah.
And then he had the romance with Britney Spears, which really was like they were the pop iconic couple. It was huge. And that was really that early 2000s. There were two styles of music available: ultra pop boy band music and sad angsty rock, alt rock,
grunge.
You know, you had the grunge, the late grunge that really turned into grunge was like 90s, but that early 2000s grunge was like the Blink 182. It wasn't really grunge
that's more pop
anymore.
punk.
It was
Pop
pop
punk, baby.
punk. It was pop punk. Yes, it
I
was pop punk or
love
pop.
me some pop
I
punk.
do
We
too,
all
so-
did it. We all did, you know, but it was either boy bands or pop punk for a bit there, and that nothing else sort of seemed to exist for about
us.
4 years
For us.
in middle school and high school. I think even outside of that, there was some R&B.
R&B and
That was-
hip-hop. There was like some.
That was still like it was like pop-y R&B
Right.
and hip hop. You know, it was
Right.
still in
It
a
was very
similar-
pop influenced.
Yeah, it was a
that era, for
heavy
sure.
pop phase. But let's read about him real quick. Born and raised in Tennessee.
Oh,
Which part? Not Carthage, was it?
Certainly not.
You would know.
I would have heard about it.
You would know.
No, he was born in
amazing.
Tennessee.
He was on Star Search and the all-new Mickey Mouse Club.
Yeah, that's right. He was in the Mickey Mouse Club,
Yeah.
I believe, with Ryan Gosling and Britney Spears.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
And
Yes.
I
Yeah.
think Christina
Christina
Aguilera.
Aguilera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
Talented bunch right there.
What a fucking crazy.
They all did fine.
I mean, I'm sure that's how they all got the music producers eventually later in life who would elevate them to stardom, right? Like that was
Not
their
Ryan Gosling.
networking event. Ryan Gosling
Yes.
didn't need music. He wasn't his thing.
He was an amazing dancer, Ryan Gosling. He still is.
But
Really?
but
Yeah.
Unfortunately for
Just
us,
doesn't showcase
this
it?
podcast
No,
is about
what is it
Justin
with all these
Timberlake.
people?
Why would you not showcase it when he's already such a sex symbol to women? Like, why wouldn't he do
Well, he
like
did
a
La La
shirtless
Land.
thing? Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
maybe that's showcasing it.
But he's like, there's videos of him when he was a kid. He was like this amazing dancer.
So he was in the Mickey Mouse Club, and then when he was a baby, a wee babe, and then when he was what, 15, 16, when did he, start
Max,
doing his
what's
music?
his face, comes around
me
and
see.
assembles. Max Martin, I think, was the producer. Assembles the greatest boy band of all time, and I think they were post Backstreet Boys, if I'm not mistaken. actually.
They were because Backstreet was back. All right, and so they must have been there before.
Right.
That's how I always interpreted that song. I was like, they're back.
We're first. We were first before NSYNC,
Yeah.
and now here we are again.
Yes, it was
Now we're
19
back on top. Maybe
Right.
that's what it is.
Yeah, but then-
1995. It started with Timberlake and I don't know how you Chazez.
Shazay.
Shazay.
Oh,
JC
JC
Chazé.
Chazé.
Yeah.
Okay, JC as his two lead singers.
He doesn't know how to say that.
What a fool.
I fucking don't. I never heard that name in my life.
What?
That was JC.
Okay.
That's his JC.
All right.
That's on the posters.
Hey man, the only JC I know is Jesus Christ, man.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
He's my pop star.
JC Chazé.
My one
That's a
true
different
star.
one. That's a
I
different
follow
one.
him forever.
That's a different one.
The North Star was my first pop
So
star.
I always referred to him as Chazé because there can only be one.
That's
JC.
right.
Star of Wonder, Star of Light. In 1998, the group rose to prominence in the United States with the release of their self-titled debut studio album, which sold 11 million copies
Wow.
and included the single "Tearing Up My Heart," huge. And then they had No Strings Attached in 2000, which is
Oh
huge.
yeah, no strings attached.
No Strings Attached had some of the
It's Gonna Be
coolest
Me.
music videos ever.
Yeah.
Bye, 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 girlfriend.
yeah.
This I
Yes.
promise you.
Oh.
This I promise.
I love that song.
you.
Is that the one? Is that the album with God Must Have Spent a Little More Time on
Oh
You?
my God, that's like
Because what a weird song looking back.
A little more time on you.
On you, on you, on you, on you, on you.
Man, what a time. And then K-pop is entirely built off of just them being like, let's stop inventing any more music and just keep exploring boy bands and girl bands. Like K-pop is like that wasn't really even a thing before the boy band era here, and they were
I
like,
know.
we're just going to only do that.
Well-
That's the supreme music, and they were right.
You know that in like I've heard that in Korea the way that they do the K-pop bands is they treat it like they're very like military about it.
Oh, it is. Yeah,
Like where
yes,
there's
I know all about
funding
it.
and everything that
Yes.
goes
It's
into
like
it.
school.
You go into schools,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
if you aren't exhibiting a certain amount of talent by like 8, you're out.
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye. And what does Justin Timberlake mean to you, Jeremiah?
What does he mean to me?
Yeah, you know, why choose the celebrity you brought
Well,
in?
how did he become your JC?
Your hero.
You're JT.
I think
JT.
that there's something about that the triple threat mentality that to me is like I just appreciate that. He, in my opinion, him and Jamie Foxx are a couple of the most talented people on earth as far as like what they can do.
I agree.
Dancing, singing, acting. And you know they're funny too, which is like that's a rare breed of person that can have that much
Yeah,
dexterity.
they're like real traditional showmen almost. Like,
Which I appreciate. Like I'm like what I do on stage, I'm very physical. Like when people see it, like it's kind of a throwback act because it's not super popular to be very like using your body as an instrument on stage.
Don't we know
like,
it?
A lot of stand-ups, you know, these days are very much just planted.
Yeah.
Joke.
Yeah.
And I'm very theatrical,
Goofy.
very presentational.
Yeah.
Wacky.
Yeah, I get that.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I appreciate.
That's why we brought you in
that.
for this interview.
Yeah, we're seeing
about
if
the
you're right for
fourth
the
member of
job.
My physical podcasting skills. Yeah, baby.
Well, what are we thinking for the vibe for this song?
I feel like, well, we got the sax, we got the I mean, could we do some kind of boy bandy?
I think a boy band
thing?
ballad is where a sax fits the best.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You know?
to do like a section where it's like sax solo here.
Yeah, but also like it's sort of like the "This I Promise You" vibe. Like it's always being sung normally toward your lover, but we'll sing this toward Justin Timberlake, our
Ooh.
desired lover.
Okay. All right, a lot of pressure here.
Wouldn't know anything about that.
Yeah.
I don't have any feelings like that for Justin Timberlake.
Awkward.
I also forgot that he fucking was the voice behind "I'm Lovin' It" for McDonald's.
Oh, really?
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
That makes sense.
Ba-da-da-da-ba. Yeah. A, B minor, G, A, B minor, G, D, A, B minor, G.
That is
Hell yeah.
so much fun with the sax. That is
Yeah.
so much fun. Oh, love it.
Yeah, we can write half a song and then do a whole sax solo. Call it a
Sure.
day.
Yeah, why not?
So, things that I remember about Justin Timberlake. First of all, I feel like when he came onto the more seriously into the acting scene, it was kind of a surprise. Like for me, I don't know how you guys felt, but I was like, I'd always seen him so as a pop star, you know,
Sure.
and it was sort of before. You know, it was such a synonymous thing being a musician and being an actor. Now
Right.
it's a lot more common, I feel like.
Right.
But I remember he was going to be in The Social Network, which was
Right.
like he was going to play the creator of, what was it, MySpace or something? No, Napster. He
That
was
was,
gonna,
I went and saw that movie, Social Network. That was the first date that I went on with my wife when we first started
Oh,
dating.
my
was Social
God.
Network at the ArcLight.
That
What?
is cute.
Yeah,
which ArcLight?
the one in Hollywood.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah,
Cinerama
yeah.
Dome?
Nice.
Yeah,
Great
Hell
theater.
yeah.
Didn't see it in the dome, but I saw it. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, you don't really have to see The Social Network
In the dome, yeah. It's like a little. little much.
Social Network's out of control.
Yeah.
If you don't see it in the dome, you're not getting the
The
full
sound
experience.
design is just next level.
It's like the
Social
best
Network.
sounds. You
Listen,
can't. You
when
never
Jesse-
heard a movie
When
until
Jesse
you.
Eisenberg's talking to Andrew Garfield, you got to see it on a screen that's really big.
What you got over there, Keithy Lou?
We're going out. You were playing.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Something about that triple threat of Justin Timberlake. Sings and dances and acts, yeah, it's keeping me awake. How I am always thinking about him and all of his work. And I hate to hear that some people think he's a jerk.
Yes, D.
Justin Timberlake, he started so young.
B minor.
So many iconic songs he has sung. Made us laugh on SNL. Bring it on down to Omeleteville. Justin Timberlake. Or maybe I'll have like just want to swim around in that Justin Timberlake.
There you go.
And then sax solo.
In that Justin Timberlake. Ooh. Yeah, sax solo. We need to get a simple chorus that we can put some like at least 3-part harmony on.
JT.
Let me swim in that Timberlake.
Yeah. Let me swim in that Timberlake.
Your brain is an oven that I just want to bake
Okay,
in.
what does that
I don't know.
mean? Your brain is an oven that I just want to bake in?
Because he writes lyrics that make me fall in love, so I wanna just be inside of that brain. Jeremiah loves it.
I don't know why I have this vision of Justin Timberlake stumbling upon this podcast somehow and just being like, oh, these are serial killers.
You want to swim in me? They want to bake my brain?
They want to what? They want to cook
bake
me up?
my
What is
brain?
happening?
This is the first
How
thing
much
I
more
thought.
talent can one man take?
Oh, how much more talent?
Let me swim
In that Timberlake.
Your brain is
You're keeping
an
it?
oven. Yeah, there's got to be at least one lyric in each song that I disagree with.
Let me swim in that Timberlake.
Your brain is an oven that I want to bake.
it. So put on my trunks, gonna dive right in to that Timberlake.
Wait, so we're just
that
not going to make it.
oven.
We're just going to talk about the lake, have one lyric about an oven, and then just go back to all lake content.
I was
In my
gonna
opinion,
get back-
we move on. We move on from the lake.
Sing the chorus twice, sax solo, call it a
Your
day,
brain is an oven
baby.
I want to bake in. You said it's like how much talent?
How much more talent can one man take?
Yeah, much more talent can one man take? Justin Timberlake. Timberlake. Ooh, I think we just go straight to the sax solo.
And then we close it out with a second chorus, probably. After the sax solo.
Yeah, with a key change up, one octave, one
Whole
key.
step?
Yeah, one whole step, because that's what they do.
That is what they do.
Oh, the step ups and
They
the pop
step
songs.
up, pop
Yeah.
song, at least a half step, whatever is going to be.
We're in the key of D. So it's 5, 6, 4, 5, 5, 6, 4, 5, and the chorus is
In that
Timberlake, your brain is an oven that I wanna bake in. How much more talent can one man take? Justin Timberlake. And one more lake, your brain is an oven that I want to bake in. How much more talent can one man take?
Justin Timberlake.
I don't know why that's so. Man, let me just fix that real
Cool.
quick. One more time. Hold on. Let's see. Get this in here. Okay. So.
and then the chorus is D.
Me swimming
minor.
at Timberlake. Your brain is an oven that I wanna bake in. How much more talent can one man take? Justin Timberlake. Ooh, how me swimming at Timberlake. Your brain is an oven that I want to bake in. How much more talent can one man take? Justin Timberlake.
Okay, so it's song and then key change sax solo. Key
Yes.
change to send us into the
No.
sax solo.
So I think it's song through the first chorus.
Yeah.
Sax solo.
Yeah.
at the end of the sax solo
Yeah.
key change
Okay.
into just the chorus stand.
Okay, got you.
Okay.
And the sax solo is over the chorus or the verse chords?
Probably.
I mean, he could just be playing as much as he wants too.
probably
and singing as
over
much as he wants.
But then there's going to be a solo though.
probably
too.
over the
Right.
chorus chords. It'll be easier to switch
Great.
to key up after. You know.
Yeah, it will.
So before the key change for the sax.
Yeah, original key of D.
Heck yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Into it.
Should we try it?
Let's do it.
Sure. I'm gonna let you play bars. Just delete it. There's something about that triple threat of Justin Timberlake. Sings and dances and acts, yeah, it's keeping me awake. How I'm always thinking about him and all of his work. I just hate to hear that some people think that he's a jerk. Justin Timberlake, yeah, he started so young. So many iconic songs he has sung. Made us laugh on SNL. Bring it on down to Omeletville. Just wanna swim around in that Justin Timberlake. Let me swim in that Timberlake. Your brain is an oven that I want to bake in. How much more talent can one man take? Justin Timberlake. Ooh. Let me swim in that Timberlake. Your brain is an oven that I want to bake in. How much more talent can one man take? Justin Timberlake. Baby, yeah. That was a celebrity theme song. Wrote a song about celebrities. That was a celebrity theme song. Wrote a song about celebrities. Celebrities. Hey!
That was fucking killer.
Yeah.
That was a
Dude.
good one.
That was sick.
Jeremiah, where can everybody find you?
Find me on all social media at Jeremiah Stand Up. You can get tickets to my live shows at jeremiahwatkins.com, and I've got a new series on YouTube called Stand Up on the Spot that features different comedians in a series going up with no prepared material, asking the audience for suggestions, and creating stand up on the spot in front of a live crowd.
I've seen the videos. It's very hilarious.
Thank you very
So
much.
fun.
Enjoy it.
We've got
You
an
will.
awesome one coming out soon with Mark Normand, Ari
wow.
Shaffir,
Oh,
Kevin
wow.
Ryan, H. Foley, and Giannis Papas.
Oh my
From
goodness.
New York. It's a stacked lineup. Look out for it at youtube.com/Jeremiah Watkins.
Yay!
That's how you
And Scissor
plug
Bros,
your
baby.
shit.
There we
you.
go. Scissor Bros and Jeremiah Wonders.
Hell yeah. And you can, as always, follow us everywhere where Lewbergers are sold.
That's right.
And come see us on tour.
Yeah. Thanks for blessing us with that saxophone.
Yeah,
Thank
dude,
you,
that was
Jeremiah.
sick as fuck.
Yeah. I know. I just feel like jamming with you guys now.
No, you should. We should just do a jam rehearsal someday. Just invite all our musician friends. Just fucking jam out.
Big
Dude,
jam
it'd
session.
be sick
Yeah.
to have like you and Drennan and do you know
Yeah.
Drennan Davis?
Yeah, we don't cross paths very often, but every time I see him, I'm always like, mad respect, brother.
He's a
amazing.
good
Yeah, he's
musician.
great. He's awesome.
Celebrities.
Hey, bye.
Yeah.